And that isn't very fun when they make a law against your fun. I like to have fun on things. It's fun and it is.
And it doesn't suck.
My fun is all allowed.
Fun is all allowed. Look at me. Fun is all allowed.
Fun is allowed. Thingus is here.
We're finally here.
All your friends are here. There's this guy.
And the rest. This guy. You know his name. It's on his tie.
He fucks his shit and he eats his farts. He fucking sucks. I hate this guy.
His girlfriend is his mom.
Fucking sucks.
She just dresses that way. She's not that cool.
She's 45 with a DUI.
No.
No.
I mean, the game kind of tore into him without us even having to.
Yeah, no. This guy already sucks enough.
His life is bad. You wouldn't be him.
He's got IBS. Oh, welcome to Thingus. See you soon, honey. Oh, I haven't even started it yet. I wanted to do a tech check before I smoke this. How we sounding tonight? How we looking? Hot? Looking hot?
Good. He gets real high in the air. He doesn't care.
I hope he fucking dies.
Who's this guy? We don't know him. We'll never see him again. Just in this game, not no others.
His girlfriend is his brother.
He has no home. He has no money. But he is available.
Just using this game to find a girlfriend and a home. Pathetic.
Yeah, that's what Donkey Kong wanted this whole time. Yeah, let me get a girlfriend for my cousin.
That's right. A boyfriend-free girl.
So, yeah, this game came out. It was like you needed a thing, and the game came with it, like a little memory expansion for the front of your N64, so it could do all these shadow effects and whatnot.
I see.
And you also needed that thing to play a bunch of other games. Some of them were by Rare, like Conker and Banjo-Tooie and Majora's Mask. So I think a lot of people had this game, and, you know, the amount of people who played Majora's Mask also had this game, probably, unless they bought the expansion thing by itself.
I see. So it was like, all right, I already got this fucking tech. I guess I'm gonna get this game too.
Well, I feel like Nintendo tried to get people to like upgrade without having to buy a whole new console. So like for the, you know, for instance, the NES Famicom had like the disc drive, and then they also had a disc drive for the N64. So like, you know, they would they would have like various like later stage Viv gives that you could expand. What's the word? Upgrade. You could just like upgrade a console slightly.
Sure.
Which extended its life for like a year or two. So.
Yeah, worth it. Well, for them, perhaps.
It's not quite as good as PS2, but it's closer than the N64 was.
Right. So if you haven't noticed, this game looks better than other N64 games. That's why you get to have the DK rap at the beginning.
It's so succulent.
Look at all the shadows.
It's palpable. Ooh, mama.
No! I can see it.
I hit save and it didn't save.
Oh man, this is just
I'm not even playing.
Donkey Kong Country graphics.
I mean, Donkey Kong Country looks better than this.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
Well, I mean, this is actual 3D, but Donkey Kong Country was like 3D and it was rendered, so it looks slightly more real than this did.
Yeah. Well, right. It was actually rendered, so you actually got like a better representation of the 3D.
Well, look at those trees. Those are also rendered. They look exactly like the trees from Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, but they're just 2D.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the game.
Yeah, 2D looks
Change
good.
the system.
Yeah, no. Change the system one shitty game at a time. One video game power switch at a time. I saw somebody making fun of like the like, you know, internet like Twitter brained mentality of like, we are gamers. We grew up in these streets. Like that kind of like
the Tim Buckley comic where he's like, we're gamers, don't fuck with us.
Don't fuck with us. Like people are still acting like that, right? So I saw somebody making fun of that today, and they said it was like bragging that you'd become fluent in baby talk, and that like these people don't realize that like every boss that they've ever encountered in a video game is designed to be beaten by them.
Yeah.
Like they don't know that about it.
Well, because the boss says you will never defeat me, and they defeated him anyway. It's like they think they're the only one.
I guess that's how the game makes them feel, huh?
Yeah.
But that's kind of pathetic. Like.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've mastered baby talk. I've made a career off of it.
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba.
That's true. I mean, look, you're providing baby talk for people. That is like therapy. That's a public good.
Yeah, people need that voice.
They do. It's interesting because you didn't just make a short film. You made a language for people.
Yeah. They're trying to figure out the language. When I say the Wonder Crisp, they understand what that means now. It's like the whole world.
Okay. I won't be offended, whatever your answer to this is. Do you think there are people who understand the dog's language better than, say, I do?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You probably know most of the dog's words.
I feel like, you know, I can't do a perfect dog like on the fly, but I feel like I kind of see where you're going a lot of the time because I've heard you say a lot of these things before. Like a whole lifetime of hearing things with this rhythm to it, you know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I listen back to the show and I'm like, I knew I was going to say it that way. You know, like you know your own language at a certain point. And I feel like I'm so familiar with yours. And, you know, I think that's why we make a show together, because we are trying to get at the very unique thing that only siblings can, like, understand about each other and communicate to each other.
Yeah, and, like, we sort of think alike, so we have these conversations where we kind of come to a conclusion about things.
Yeah, we come to a consensus, like a family consensus about something. And it's like, all right, we've basically settled this matter within this family. Everybody in this family believes this now.
Yeah.
We'll spread the gospel. You know, most of the people in our family don't care to have opinions about video games or art at all. Well, all right, no. I'd say everyone in our family has some opinions about art, but some are more interested in talking about it than others.
Yeah. I love talking about art, although, like, you know, I don't feel like that's a career for me, talking about art.
Talking about art? No. It's just something you do when you're chilling. Like, it's just something you do after a long day of, like, working on it. Is just, like, decompressing and just thinking about what I've been thinking about art. You know, like, the experience of thinking about art all day, how do I feel about that? It's therapy, you know?
Yeah.
It's like this thing that I'm entrenched in. How does it relate, like, to my life and to the world? Why is this meaningful?
Yeah, and like when you find you've attached yourself to a piece of media, you're like trying to pull back its layers and see how it works.
Yeah, it's interesting to know things about it because you're like, you're trying to appreciate it on different levels, like throughout different periods of your life.
Yeah.
So like right now, I'm interested in how video games got made. And that's fun.
Yeah, like think about like that water, like how they even made that.
I mean, your understanding of 3D is so much greater than mine, and I feel like you pay a lot of attention to things like that in games. And when you point it out to me, it's really interesting. But I don't understand how 3D works at all.
Huh. Well, it's similar to how 2D works. It's just there is a third dimension, the Z-axis.
Holy shit. Is that us?
What?
Holy shit.
Was it named Holy Shit?
Yes. Is this a ROM hack?
No, this is the real cartridge.
This is our cartridge from like 25 years ago.
Yup. That's great.
That rules. Treasure.
Yeah, it's like seeing Bear.
Yeah, it was bad. In my room, I would just like, I had, I was on the highest floor of the house, so the roof pitched in my room. So where I slept, where I looked up at the ceiling, there was like a pitched ceiling. And I had just written "Bah" in glow-in-the-dark stars on it.
Bah.
Just like my nickname in our house and with like my closest friends for like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Bah.
You were Bah for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Your name is not Joe. You didn't start out life as Joe.
No.
And we just started calling you that. It evolved.
Yeah.
It was I don't know if you'd like to talk about the origin of your name or not.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like Artie, our brother, came up with Joe because he was saying it's like Joe DiMaggio, like Joltin' Joe. That's what they called him. Joltin' Joe.
He was like fixated on that name.
Yeah, he was calling me Joltin' Joe for a long time, and like it kind of stuck. Like I became Joe.
Yeah, you just took it and went with it. You wanted to be Joe.
I like Joe. It's, you know, a good short version of my name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I mean, like it could have
Dog and Big.
And
that
Big.
was their nickname for sugar.
Oh, Big. Oh my god, I need a picture of this because somehow this is going to get erased
And
after.
Dog, which is maybe because like I don't know, what was Dog?
Like, all right, I just took a picture of the TV and we're recording this. We're recording this on the internet.
Yeah, but you can take a picture. It doesn't matter.
You know, you're right, because this is the one I'm going to send to our brother.
Well, also, like, my Mario Paint drawing got a little bit cropped, and I want to take a picture of it.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up, that I watched back our last episode, and I realized so late that nobody else was able to see the full picture, so we'll put that up tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll move us. I'll make us invisible so
Yeah.
everyone can see.
I also want to add to it. I forgot details.
Yeah. Right, you can keep working.
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay. Lake Drake.
Yeah, that's where they buried him. That's where his ashes are. You know, I actually thought of that earlier, like, you know, somebody in some video was saying, like, yeah, Kendrick slayed the dragon, the drake. I was like, oh, right, a drake is a type of dragon.
Oh.
This whole time I was thinking like a duck.
Yeah, exactly. I thought like a bird on a dessert package. A drake. Drake's cakes.
Drake's cakes, yeah.
I was just thinking of some Hebrew school DJ going, do you like drakes? Well, we've got them at the snack table. Come on down and get some.
Drake's cakes. The kind of cake that you cake fart on.
I mean, you know, that may as well have been Drake's slogan. Let's get this done.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Completely done. He's been
Nobody's heard of him in a while,
no,
right?
No. People think you mean the duck when you say Drake. Like the duck? You mean the cake with the duck on it?
Oh, fuck, man. I guess I
think of Drake, the bad guy from The Pebble and the Penguin.
Right, Drake, the bad guy. Don't make me laugh. Don't pull my leg. Oh, wait. I would suggest that you would do best to beg. Don't be a card, babe. Don't mess with Drake. Don't make me laugh so hard that you begin to ache.
Don't make me laugh. Don't pull my leg. I'm no hyena, so Serena. Don't make me beg.
Oh my god, they put her name in the song.
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay. All right, look, the movie sucks, but also it's better than so many other movies. That's where I stand on the... All right, okay. Look, I didn't have any time to think about this.
That song is great, though. Like, that movie has, like, some of the most horrendous character designs, but, like, those songs are...
Oh my god.
Those are the building blocks of a great movie.
Absolutely. The song it begins with, Now and Forever, is wonderful.
Great sequence.
That is an epic opening song. There with the 3D book rotating, like, you know, the book of, like,
oh my god,
the
so
book of
corny.
like the rules of what it is to be a penguin. Now and forever, we're gonna mate forever. It's so serious. Like, he brings you into their world.
It's so 90s, but like it's like it's not bad for those reasons.
No, it's bad because Don Bluth was like starting to like go down a hole. Like he was starting to like circle the drain into his own navel.
Yeah.
And his characters were just getting too cheekity floppity. They're just too jowly and beaky, you know? He's so good at animating a 3D face, you know?
Yeah.
He animates a head in 3D doing amazing acting and lip sync.
And there's like a scarf on that motherfucker. Flopping around.
Exactly. There's so much drapery.
Yeah,
There's so much
factors.
weight. It is just incredible, the complexity of the faces he would draw. But like you know, by the time he was doing the Pebble and the Penguins, his designs were so fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
And it all looked like it was for babies.
Yeah.
Stupid. And like you know, after that he kind of just, you know, rotoscoped and
right.
You know, he stopped animating animals. So he stopped doing those fucked up looking faces.
Yeah, he did more human movies.
But like, there's something I do love about it. I love the way he animates animals wearing just like a certain amount of clothing, and they all wear clothing, but they all live in the same world with humans. Like it totally makes sense for like a pigeon to have like a little pair of shoes and a hat, and you know, like
It's
if
like
a human
Akira
saw one.
Toriyama rules almost.
Yeah, like if a human sees Fievel running around, they're like, eek, and they see a little mouse wearing clothing.
Yeah.
And that's not surprising to them. And that's like every Don Bluth movie, right? Like, okay, yeah, the rats of Nim are highly intelligent, but like Mrs. Frisbee's wearing clothing too. She's just a regular ass
She also
mouse.
talks.
Yeah.
So she knows English.
Yeah, exactly. That's understood. I remember I haven't seen Rockadoodle in years, but I'm sure it's really terrible.
I have. I saw it like 10 years ago. It's terrible, but like it's so intricate that like if you're like an animation student or just like you care about animation, I would say you have to see it.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Otherwise,
No, that's fair.
never see it.
Well, yeah. It's like watching like The Thief and the Cobbler recobble.
Yeah.
Or even the original.
It's like going to church. It's necessary.
Yeah, you gotta understand it. Like, you gotta see what it's like in this world, and like the miracle that a movie gets made. You have to see that, and you have to appreciate what a miracle it is for any of those movies to have been made, and that's why they're not made anymore. So like I'll analyze the shit out of every last one of them because it's so crazy that it existed, head to head with some Disney shit. The Pebble and the Penguin.
Yeah, like there's this part where there's like a dog tying his shoes. There's like 3 parts where the dog ties his shoes. It's like really intricate.
Maybe he's into that. He was fixated on that, you know? I mean, he definitely had fixations, like, you know, like Miyazaki. There's things he likes to draw. I mean, Dragon's Lair is insane. It's like we do need to put it on the show at some point. It is not a game. It is unplayable as a game. But like he gave it a shot, you know? He made the best looking animation in a game that has ever been made. On the other hand, it wasn't really game animation, so does it count as good animation in a game? Nice. What do we think?
Well, you know, I'm sure they were still proud of it. It's like a game.
It definitely inspired better games, right?
I played it when I was at the museum in MagFest. Shit, is that fucking hard?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like unplayable. You're right. Like, imagine just like paying 25 cents every time you die.
I went to Barcade one time in Philly, and
That's creepy.
oh, weird.
The fuck?
I went to Barcade like sometime last year, and it was like family day, so it was during the day, and there was nobody playing Dragon's Lair, so I gave it a try, and it didn't like. As far as I could tell, it didn't even fucking start, and I lost my quarter. So I went to the bartender, and he came over, and he's like, okay, so yeah, no, people think that it didn't work, but here's what you have to do. So he took me through the first scene of Dragon's Lair, and then he took me through another and another and another, and I was just like, how fucking good are you at this? Like he knew it so well. He didn't get through the whole game. He eventually died, but he's like, oh shit. But like there's no way I could ever do what he did. I would have to spend an entire lifetime practicing.
So basically, it cost 25 cents to get that guy to come over and show you the game.
Yeah, the deal of a century, right?
Yeah, that's like you usually have to go on Twitch to find that, and then you tip them 25 bits.
Yeah. Damn.
Mrrr.
Oh, you saw someone speedrun Dragon's Lair Magfest? Was that Ganondorf making the murs?
Yeah. Mrrr. What have we heard?
I remember I remember being so skeptical about this, and then seeing Navi, and the little colorful little dust particles around Navi, dispelled all of my doubts. I knew I was going to love this.
Cool. You had your doubts about Zelda going 3D?
Yeah. I didn't think it would be. I thought it would be too hard, I think. I mean, I do find this game too hard. I can't beat a Zelda game.
Yeah.
They just get too hard at some point, right?
Well, yeah, like the water temple in this game is notoriously hard. It's like you have to keep like changing water levels and like finding out where the water level switch is and like putting iron boots on and off so that you can float up and down the water.
I remember that. I remember watching either you or Artie just like trying to play it for weeks and weeks.
Yup. It's not a fun part of the game. There's so many people have the same experience and complain about that part of the game. It's doable. We all got past it. It's just like it's so like uncanny that like suddenly you just hit a wall with the dungeons in this game. They're just like fucker dungeons.
Are you an adult at that point yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's later in the game. But yeah, I remember that being so frustrating, and I don't think I could play it. I think it made me kind of sick to look at it.
It's also nauseating.
Yeah.
But I feel like this game is, you know, still gets 10 out of 10s. It's like worth it to get through the bad parts like that.
Yeah, no, it's enough of a great game that people can let it go. I love the UI in this game.
Yeah, like the context buttons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, although I find it annoying how many games are color coded in their UI now. Like just training the player to not read, you know. But I guess Zelda was training the player to read.
What do you mean? I mean, it's like there's color coded buttons in this game.
Oh, like when they're talking about a character or a subject in the UI, like it changes color. The text changes color.
Oh.
Thingus. Okay, it's not really doing it now, of course.
You mean like when it like somebody's name appears,
Yeah.
it's like highlighted?
The Deku tree, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it only does it once.
It does it the first time to like let you know it's like a new concept.
Okay, that's not as bad.
That's
but,
not the same thing.
Well, it's still the same thing. Like if you play like an Animal Crossing game, it's all color coded, right?
Yeah, like sometimes they'll even have like a little emoji of the character's face to show what they mean.
Right.
They did that in Mario Galaxy too. It's like once there was a bad guy, Bowser, and it like shows Bowser's like emoji face.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's a game where the story isn't like the most important thing. It's just like the beginning cutscene. Well, you know, I don't like reading that much in games, but this one probably has like a pretty average amount of reading, not too much.
Yeah. But it's more than a Zelda game had ever had, though, right? Like,
right.
Compared to A Link to the Past.
Yeah. Well, that game had cutscenes too. I have to get rupees.
Shadow Temple also tedious.
Oh yeah, the Shadow Temple sucks too.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I just wanted to be adult Link so I could get on my horse and just ride.
Yeah.
That's when I feel like I reached peak satisfaction with Zelda when I could just ride my horse all over the world. And after that, I didn't really see any need to finish the game. The endings of Zelda games scare me. Yeah, I've never beat one before. I never beat Metroid. Like, fuck no.
Oh man, you never beat Super Metroid?
No. No, I didn't play Super Metroid.
Oh, okay.
Not really. But I watched you and Artie play it, and it was awesome looking. But it's too scary for me.
Yeah, it is kind of scary. Like, in the first Zelda game, the final boss is Ganon, who's just like a giant pig, and like he's fucking hard. And then like, you know, Metroid is a gigantic brain. Super Metroid is a giant brain that attacks you.
Terrifying.
And in this game, there's all kinds of creeps. There's Ganon, who we just saw, and then there's like I don't know. There's like a what kind of there's like a arachnid that we have to fight inside the tree.
Yeah. No, don't like it. Don't like it. Scary. I can deal with Bowser. I know, Bowser's for babies, and that's what I can deal with.
Bowser's cute. He's a baby.
Yeah, he's cute. That's not a scary villain. Although...
He's kind of freaky in one of the games, in Bowser's Fury.
Oh, yeah?
He looks mad.
Well, I mean, I think that, like, when my son sees the end of Super Mario World, which, like, I don't want to spoil for him. I don't want him to see it until we actually reach Bowser's castle. I want him to experience that for the first time. Because I think that, as a villain, was just the exact right amount of, like, roller coaster thrill for me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, the big introduction with the 3D sprite, like, coming at you, right?
That is so cool.
The foreground. And then and then the clown helicopter comes back without Bowser, and he climbs out of it. Oh shit, so cool. And then like the music starts and it's amazing, and he just kind of like moves around the screen a little bit, and then like you hit him a couple times and he like goes back into the foreground and back into the background, and then the princess like flies up to you like screaming and waving her arms. It's like very exciting. It's like a heavy metal anthem.
Yeah, it's like Metallica or something.
Yeah.
It's like made in 1991 at the height of like Metallica and that kind of music.
Yeah, so cool. And yeah, Bowser lives in a world of heavy metal. It's so fucking cool.
I guess that kind of music was put to bed
by the Mario game.
Yeah, by Bowser.
Yes.
By the time it's gotten to Japanese games for children, it's like your music, your movement has completely like come full circle.
Yeah, bedtime for Bowser. that's like when it becomes a cute thing for 6-year-olds to be like, whoa. But you know what? I mean, that's what heavy metal is. You know, my 6-year-old loves heavy metal.
Yeah,
loves it.
It's so cool.
Yeah. He thinks he only wants to listen to music that's rockin' now. No music that's not rockin'.
Yeah, I was thinking about how like music genres like come to an end when they're in a video game. It's like, you know, not that video games are completely lame, but that like they're like picking up little pieces of culture to make games into
over like multi-year timelines, you know?
Yeah.
So like video games, you know, it's just like movies, where movies cannot be the latest greatest thing because they just take too long to make.
Yeah. They're never completely like on the pulse.
Right.
It's always a little bit outdated.
Yeah, so you have to just accept that like this is like, you know, a slightly late to the party marker of where the culture was at the time, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, you have to accept that, like, yeah, the zeitgeist has kind of moved on, but now we get this big definitive piece of art about it. We get cool-ass Bowser battle music.
Yeah.
And we don't have to remember Metallica for the bad things like Napster.
Yeah, like the fact that they wouldn't let us steal their music.
Yeah. Not very nice.
Well, you know, musicians are like trying to get protections from AI. You know, it's not the same thing, but like, I don't know. These musicians they all make a lot of money, don't they?
No. Almost none of them do.
Well, what about Metallica?
Well, Metallica, obviously, they were not the band that was in any position to have a problem with this.
Yeah.
They're making so much money already. They maybe they felt they had the most to lose, and they may be right.
Maybe.
But the rest of us, like the rest of people, like, you know, for every Metallica, you've got like thousands of heavy metal bands that no one will ever hear about.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, we don't even know what, like, shit that, like, gets stolen constantly and, like, reshaped into something more popular.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all we know is Metallica because that's the only band that represents that sound. And they had more money than anybody else.
So fuck Metallica.
Well, it's just like, you know, music did become devalued, and like MP3s ushered that in, right? But you know, you can also place some blame on these fucking record companies and the way they've gate kept that that material. Held their artists hostage, you know.
And what do they even do?
They published the record.
So like a record label like Bad Boy Records.
Yeah.
They just have you murdered and take all the money. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's the long and the short of it. I mentioned this to you earlier, but like there's like an episode of SNL last week where somebody referred to Diddy as like recently canceled. And I was just like, canceled? That's what you call that? That's what you call that? He said something stupid on the internet? That's what you call that?
He's canceled.
He's canceled!
Yeah, because we don't like him anymore. He did a bad thing. He's in prison, allegedly.
Is it like a way of like audiences trying to take back some of their power?
Yeah, I guess so. Like feeling like, hey, they made a lot of money off of us. Let's torrent some of their soul by canceling them, or you know, whatever. Well, because like if that's how you think, like all you can care about is like, you know, he's canceled. It's because you always resented his success and you always kind of wanted him out of the picture. Like you wanted to be a celebrity that wasn't canceled while he was.
Right. But like when somebody gets like arrested for like human trafficking, I feel like it's been taken out of the people's court's hands. It's an actual legal matter now.
Yeah.
And at that point, you don't really get to say you did that to him anymore.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Right? Oh my god. I love that you start this game by like swooping through this guy's legs. That is such a lifelike character. That is like, when I saw this on N64, I was like, holy shit, there's like actual like acting on this in 3D on this console.
Yeah, the characters have personality.
I just love that he's followed by fairy dust, and there's like fairy dust everywhere in this place where he lives.
But yeah, like, you know, some people who are also famous are, you know, they just like to see other people in trouble. They don't care about what it's all about. They don't care about what the implications are. It's like, oh, if somebody's in trouble for sex trafficking or whatever, like I'll be happy because it's not me.
See, that's deranged, right?
That's gross. Yeah.
You're not like, I mean, that is not like a, that is like a very like immature way of like absorbing information.
And being part of a culture too. It's like saying, I'm not in trouble yet.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Just, you know, cancel people for anything. Like whether it's saying like you know, I use aerosol spray, or like, you know, they sex trafficked people, like you know, oh, you seriously sprayed aerosol? Don't you realize how damaging that is to the ozone? It's like, he's canceled. He sprayed a can.
A can he bought at the grocery
A can
store.
that you can get at the grocery store. And it's like, you know, don't you dare defend him, you know. Not that that's really what people get canceled over, but like,
No.
people are not actually paying attention to what it is. They just,
No.
oh, he got canceled? Good to know.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to lose money or followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
Deranged.
Yeah. Deranged. Well, yeah, I mean, I gotta say, the ones I've been paying attention to lately are all people who have committed serious crimes.
Crimes?
And are now being investigated for those crimes.
Yeah.
That hits real different than, you know, somebody doing something annoying on the internet for 1 second. Like Bean Dad, the world's most canceled man.
Most canceled man.
Bean Dad.
Most canceled dad.
Most canceled dad because he made his kid try something a little bit longer than he should have.
He was cruel. He just waited until she figured out the bean can thing. But you know, I think what he really got canceled over was the fact that he had this like myopic idea of it, like,
right,
I'm gonna brag about it.
Right, he thought she learned.
My kid is smarter than your kid. That's what I really mean to say with this tweet.
My kid is smarter than your kid because of the way I raise her.
Yeah, I put her in a concentration camp, and she had to escape. So I think that's like the real thing, that like people see this this extremely frustrating thing, and it's like something like electrocutes a part of your brain. It's like, must kill, must cancel this man until there's nothing left of him but bean juice.
Bean juice dripping in a frying pan.
And you know, I feel like maybe Diddy is actually canceled for his shitty music, not for anything illegal he did. It's like, is this crime he committed enough to put him away? Good. Can I say he's canceled? Good.
Yes, right, because I never liked that guy.
You can just say you never liked him. Why did you have to go along with it? There were people who stood up to him. People had balls.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it just like comes as awfully convenient that Diddy, who's been doing shit like this for years, finally gets in trouble just when people are old enough to go, oh man, I should listen to No Way Out again. And they put it on and they're like, oh, this isn't as good as I remembered. Like, fucking coincidence that they just became that old? Like, when those people were in their 20s, good luck explaining to them that No Way Out sucked shit. 30s? When they're starting to change those kids' poopy diapers? Oh yeah, no. If you want to tell me that guy sucked shit, I'll be happy to hear it. I was literally, the last time I listened to No Way Out, I was quarantining for 2 weeks inside a house, inside an owner-built weird house in Nova Scotia. getting my kid to learn how to use the toilet by using the oh crap method, which is where you just take off their pants and let them walk around naked all day until they accidentally use the toilet. I put on No Way Out, and I was chasing my pantsless little son around a big wooden home-built spiral staircase that might fall while listening to, like, what you wanna do? Wanna be flawless? Like, fuck this guy! What does he know about life? And I came to that conclusion just months before we found out about him being a sex trafficker.
Oh, man.
Well, it was like 2 years before.
Yeah.
I've been in on it for a while, but this has been brewing ever since people my age look back and realize that guy sucks.
Yeah. It's uncanny, like, listening to his, like, biggest hits and just being like, ugh.
Yeah, no. Awful. He had a song on there, it's like, if you had 24 hours to live, just think, where would you go? What would you do? Who would you screw? And who would you want to notify? Or would your ass deny that your ass about to die? Like, and I was listening to that song, like, 13 years old, like, oh, fuck. Yo, what would I do? Damn. And I would listen to that and, like, what were the other fucking songs on there? Oh my god, each song worse than the last on this fucking album. What else did I listen to? There's a song that went like, don't you stop it, don't you stop what you're doing. You don't really want to stop. That's the song. You hear that 3 times before the song begins. Oh my god. We're talking about a bad album called No Way Out. It was Puff Daddy and the Family. So it was like him and Lil' Kim and Biggie and like all these actually talented rappers pretending to be in a band with him. Like, well, they were in a band with him, I suppose. Oh no, some of them were just dead and they had their voices on the album as if they were all in a band together. Anyway, the album's a piece of shit. And of course it's got I'll Be Missing You on it. It's got the song about Biggie being dead on it. Which is a piece of shit song.
Yeah, it
if you
sucks.
haven't heard it in a while. Sucks ass. It's kind of hard with you not around. I know you're in heaven smiling down, watching us as we pray for you. Every day we pray for you, till the day we meet again. In my heart is where I keep you, friend. This is your king? This fucking guy! Song was a #1 hit. Piece of shit! Guy fucking sucks.
Yeah, that was worse than when, like, Iwata died and Chibi sang Pollyanna.
Like the king of the nerds dies and the most pathetic little
Yeah.
like worm tongue ass looking nobody.
Yeah, this little suck-up freak who's just faking for attention.
Oh my god. This is an incredible spreadsheet.
Using your death as, like, some sort of platform.
Yes. Oh my god. Platform. He launched Diddy into outer space.
Yeah. Yeah. Terrible. He got him killed. You know, even if it wasn't him who did it.
Yeah, even if it wasn't him who did it, he got him killed.
Got him killed just by like,
because we believe that.
Well, just by pissing off Tupac. Like, I'd be mad too if I had to see him dancing around in Biggie's videos.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm sure whether he killed him or not, He's guilty of something there. He's
guilty of being bad. Biggie will always be absolved by his talent, and Puffy is in jail and he sucked.
Yeah. And it's kind of insane that there are so many pictures of them together, and that at some point it was almost like they were standing together.
Yeah. When like you might think they die together, but no.
No. This guy would go on to just be the most nasty fucking criminal.
Oh my god. I was just watching New Jack City. Have you seen it?
No.
It's almost like a movie about him.
Oh yeah?
Well, it's about a crack dealer. It's so fucking good. It's Wesley Snipes, 1991 movie. It's oh my god.
Does it have New Jack kind of music in it?
I'm not sure. I feel like I wasn't paying too close attention to the music. There wasn't like a music element to it.
Okay.
I feel like if this character was a shitty rapper, though, it would have made sense. But yeah, it's about this ruthless drug dealer. It's great. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out. I gotta get back into movies.
I feel like
great.
Early 90s is like such a beautiful aesthetic. There's a picture of him wearing like a beret and holding a gigantic cell phone, driving around in a Jeep. It's beautiful.
Oh my god.
Like he becomes like Dr. Evil with like the backgrounds like fucking Gremlins 2 is like that too, with like this like 1990s high-tech aesthetic with like a Dutch angle. You know what I'm talking about.
Kind of. I'm not sure.
Well, there's probably a what was that? Heard a sound.
Pick a time. No, go away, Windows. Fuck off. Pick a time. Threatening me while I'm streaming. I said pick a time and then I didn't pick one.
Pick a time. Pick the time. I made my own Linux.
Schedule restart. You are going to leave me alone tomorrow. 2 a.m. That's right. Good night, sir.
Good fuckus.
Good fuckus. Don't you dare hold my computer hostage. My friends, I have a new computer, and I have installed Linux. It is freedom. I can tell already. It is freedom. Linux is freedom. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Linux is freedom. I am not going to live another day like this. I'm going to make my exit.
Yeah, Linux is free as in freedom. Free software. Look up free software.
Free software made by a lot of people for the sake of software.
Free as in freedom. Also, it's free.
It's free. And there's all different types, all different distros for whatever floats your boat. I got Mint because I was told it was a good one to start with because it's straightforward. It's easy to set up, and I got it going, and I got on that thing, and I just there was nothing. It was just nothing. It just turned on, and nothing else happened. It turned on, and it was a menu screen waiting for me.
Yeah, it's just like a Windows computer.
It's just like what I remember a Windows computer being.
Yeah.
Before Windows was just ads.
Yeah, before Windows Hell 11.
Yes, it is hell to be on Windows. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Linux?
Yeah, like why? Why do we need Bill Gates to have billions of dollars?
I mean, he's not even like, what is his role at Microsoft at this point? He's not a CEO.
I don't know. I guess he's just like, he's like a cancer, like billionaires are a cancer. Like, why do they have that much money? Can you even justify it? I feel like they will try, like Microsoft developing some quantum computer is like, you know, in a last ditch attempt to keep their stock from falling to nothing. I
mean, Bill Gates is also like a massive philanthropist. He has like all, you know, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that he gives like billions of dollars to.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, you know, that's where his net worth increases every year. So the money is going exactly where he wants it to go.
I mean, what's so important about what Microsoft is doing? They're working on AI shit. It's something that we all hate and tell them no, 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 and they won't listen.
I saw some stories the last couple of days that Microsoft is having doubts about AI.
Yeah. Well, because the stocks are going down.
Yeah. I saw a story that said Microsoft is potential like maybe they've canceled some leases on data centers and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't see it as viable.
So they're gonna scale it back.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think this is scary stuff because the way people talk about AI, it's like so much of the economy is staked on it right now that it would be disastrous if AI crashed right now. Is that what do you think of that?
I mean, so like the AI stocks go down and then like, you know, people panic and sell off everything else. I mean, a lot of these stocks were overvalued as it was. So if they go down, they're going down to closer to what they're actually worth.
Right. Closer to what they're actually worth. You don't think they'll crash to like below that? I
mean, you know, Nvidia is still a big company if you take AI out of the equation.
Yeah.
But a lot of what they've built value on in the past few years is cryptocurrencies and AI. It's not completely valueless. It's not completely worthless, but it's worth less, and it'll crash down just like crypto did. I mean, what is going to happen to the economy? Like the value of everything else will go down. Will the dollar crash? Would Costco stock go down?
I don't know.
Costco feels like it's unrelated to all that.
Yeah, Costco doesn't.
That's not the same sector.
I'm sure the word AI is printed on a lot of packages at Costco, but they'll just stop printing that on it and try to sell you for some other reason on it. Because everything at Costco is like stuff that you actually would want for your house.
Well, yeah, nothing is AI generated. Although I'm sure you could probably spot shit that is AI generated at stores.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting better at it. I think you have more of an eye for it than I do.
I could see it immediately from like a mile away because there's like something to it. It looks like a.
Oh, fuck, that's so sick. Holy shit, that's scary looking.
Yeah, this is scary. Yeah, like there's like a look to it. Like you look at it, you kind of blur your eyes at it, and you look at the whole image without looking at the details, and it's like it takes this sort of like pattern, like recognizable pattern that like I can see that it's AI.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know what's a word I can look up and see if I can find an AI generated image.
So like you can see like what the computer is doing, like you recognize the output?
AI.
How can you tell?
It's AI.
I know. I'm like I
like
just
zooming in. It's absolutely AI.
Yeah, if I zoomed in on that, I would be able to see it. But how could you tell from the thumbnail?
Because it's too perfect. Look at the glow on the fucking rabbit. Like, look. You can see it, right? AI.
Yeah, no, that does look like AI. Even on OBS.
I looked up a rabbit because I remember seeing that when we went out to a diner. AI.
Oh my god.
Yeah, crayon. That's an AI thing.
You can just see it.
I mean, I might be passing some that aren't, and I'm think that they're real. I don't know. That's AI. That one.
Oh my god. Well, that does look pretty perfect, but you suggested it was. That's why I agree with you.
Okay, I won't tell you when I see another one. I'll tell you to spot the AI.
Spot the AI.
Oh my god. This is like the new Turing test that they're just gonna kill everybody who can't pass it.
You better teach me then.
All right, let me look up a different animal. Can you see that? Can you see which one is AI?
Those two kittens.
Yeah.
One smaller than the other.
This one?
Yeah, the kittens.
That one's AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says AI next to it.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, I know. You could just tell though. But how could you tell? Could you explain it?
Yeah, like the way like the other kitten takes up like 2/3 of the screen, like it's like a composition, right? The third, they're in like like the composition there it's composed.
Yeah, you mean like the cats are just like posing too well with the lighting too nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like the lighting is too nice. It's like there's only one sun. You can't have 3-point lighting on a rabbit.
Yeah, I think you've got more of an eye for digital art, like photography and like 3D.
This is clearly a photo of a real cat, right?
Yeah,
but how can you tell like that this is not AI?
Because it's like it looks like a shitty photo. The lighting is kind of suboptimal.
It's got personality to it too.
Right, the cat's got a little sly look about him. Like a cat.
What about this?
That looks AI.
It's odd. Like this cat.
The shape of that cat doesn't seem right.
This cat's arm is weird.
Not real.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like there are ways you can just like see it, looking at the details, you can see it even better. You click just like 3 things and you can find out if it's AI. It might even say.
Yeah, like I've noticed something I've noticed on social media is there are a lot of people who are saying like that's AI, and it's because only 3 of 4 fingers are visible on a knuckle, Yeah. They think they're experts on identifying it, but they're not correct. They're like zooming in on artifacting on a JPEG and they're like, look at this. It's like, I don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean there's not another finger behind there.
Yeah, I mean, that should not be a pastime to try and correct or point out the errors in AI shit, because you already have decided it's not worth your time and that you should be looking at real art and supporting real artists. So why would you like spend time looking at the details in a terrible picture?
Yeah, right. If you're fixating on that, then it is taking you away from art.
Because the people who generate that stuff and look at it, they're only glancing at it.
Yeah.
They know they're only looking at it as a whole picture and not staring at any of the details, because there's no like technique to admire about it. The technique is just a description of a technique.
Yeah.
And it serves a purpose. Like somebody could take one of those stock images and put it on a greeting card or a poster, whatever, and most people wouldn't even say, hey, that's AI.
Right.
I mean, it's not much more soulless than like a photo of a rabbit that was like you killed and they filled it with toothpicks so that it wouldn't move.
Right. They set up a rabbit like a McDonald's hamburger in an ad and take a picture of that. Look at my cute bunny. Little do you know, it's toothpicked together from behind. Its skin is all toothpicked together.
And its eyes are glass and covered with Vaseline.
And they're puppeting the twitching of its nose.
Yeah, they're just like using Photoshop to liquefy nudge it.
It's disgusting what they used to do to rabbits before AI.
Yeah, they would do like horrendous like dogs moving their mouths and talking. Like I liked it when a dog talked but didn't even move its mouth. That was fine.
Yes.
I was fine with it.
Yes, exactly. In the 90s, there were plenty of movies where there would just be an animal on the screen and someone would just be talking and their mouths wouldn't move at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry to say, Babe is still a great movie, but it kind of ruined that.
The animal mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fully agree with that. It's kind of a cool trick to make a dog look like it's really talking, but there's always something uncanny about it. It's always really fake looking, or like you know.
It's not a natural movement for an animal to make.
Yeah.
So, like, when you just get the human voice, you get the best of both worlds. They'll pose the animal to look like the emotions that the character is meant to be feeling, but they're still moving like a dog, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, when you put a flapping mouth on it, you're failing to capture the true mannerisms of that animal.
That was always more of a commercial thing, I think. That like they would have a 10 seconds of a dog talking for a commercial, because it's such tedious work having to track the dog's mouth and animate to that.
Yes. Yeah. So you just talk. And then, hey, I'm a dog, right?
Oh, dog. And the dog doesn't even move its mouth.
What do you mean? Yeah, Homeward Bound, exactly.
Yeah, The Incredible Journey.
Yeah. Chance the dog and the Himalayan cat, Sassy or something. Like. What's her name? Is it Sassy?
Maybe, yeah.
And the old golden retriever. The old golden retriever. What was his name?
I don't know.
Oh, it'll come back to me. But
Duke.
No, it wasn't
The
Duke.
bean dog. The golden retriever that's trying to sell the recipe for the beans. Bean Dad deserves having his beans stolen from him. So let's let Duke do his thing. Nobody interrupts Duke.
No, well, Duke knows the secret recipe, right?
Yeah, he said that the only person I ever told was Duke, and he's not telling anybody.
He's not telling anybody. Yeah, that dog doesn't talk. He just knows it, right? Does Duke talk?
I think he does talk, yeah.
Okay. Magnolia piped up to say Shadow is the name of the old retriever.
Thank you.
Shadow. I love to imagine that you've just been listening for hours and this is the first thing that you felt compelled to jump over to your keyboard and type out.
Oh, yeah, that movie was cute.
Yeah. That movie's so cute. That was definitely it's raining outside, so we're gonna watch this in the auditorium on like a TV on wheels. Like 20 of you are gonna sit in the auditorium and watch it like in theater seats. And it's just gonna be a little TV right in front of all the seats, like in front of the stage. And it's gonna be Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. And you're gonna watch only 30 minutes of it. You're not gonna get to watch the entire movie. This is what passed for school, by the way. There's going to be a movie now. No, it was on recess days. Anyway, I watched the shit out of that movie, and I would watch it like on video at home too. I think we rented it a few times. That might have been one that we rented and taped on the Betamax. We played on the VHS, tape it on the Betamax. And that was on a 6-hour-long video with 3 other movies. Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey is it's a pit bull, a golden retriever, and a Himalayan cat. They get stranded from their family like 500 miles away or whatever. Maybe it's more than that. I don't know. 1,000 miles? How long constitutes a journey for these pets? What would you call incredible?
I mean, my cat was missing for 3 months.
Yeah.
He was a mile away.
And he truly did make an incredible journey.
Like, yeah, I feel like he was on an incredible journey like that movie.
Oh my god.
And like he did not go very far. But how do I know? What if like he had like a secret GPS tracker on him that like he was like all over the place? What if he was all over the city? What if he walked 30 miles in every direction?
You think about that, like maybe he did go far and he made his way back?
Well, I don't know. I don't know where he was living. I just know that he was about a mile away. Like,
I bet he fell in good with the with at least one set of old ladies.
Yeah.
And they fed him for a little longer than they, they should have reported him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He was pretty skinny though, huh?
Yeah, poor guy.
Oh, maybe he did go all over Philly. He had a real adventure.
Yeah.
And
Oh, the bird.
oh, yeah, he's really cute. I love his acting too.
Yeah.
The thing I remember about The Incredible Journey, I don't remember most of the movie. I remember the catchphrase "cats rule and dogs drool," but I do remember at the end of the movie, the family is like reunited with Sassy. I think they find Sassy first, and then they're like looking around and Chance comes running over the hill towards them, like in slow motion, and they're hugging him and hugging him and hugging him. And then they're like looking up expectantly, and there's no other animals on the hill. And the boy who loves Shadow the most is like, he just didn't make it. He was just too old. And the family are all like hugging and mourning for it, like grieving him already. And then over the hill he goes. Big old boy made it home. And I remember, wherever I saw that, I was going to be like destroyed by it, whether I saw it at school or at home or at a friend's house or whatever. I was gonna cry like crazy over that brave old boy coming home, defying expectations. They thought he was too old. He did it. He did it. One more adventure for the old timer. Breaks my fucking heart. Yeah, I watched. Yeah, that was. That was.
This is where I was in my nightmare at the
No.
beginning of the game.
I do love watching Babe with my son though. Babe's awesome.
Oh, cute.
Babe's so good. Like truly good movies.
Yeah.
And the talking pets are cool. No one ever did it better than that. It looks good.
Well, like I feel like the thing I think about using AI for is anything that's like animal acting where they're in danger. It's like you can generate that and people can kind of see that it's fake and feel relieved.
Oh, right. Where you're like, oh, that's AI. Okay, somebody didn't actually throw a kitten off this bridge.
Yeah. It's just an effect.
Well, yeah, but like if a kid sees that, it could be very upsetting.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying you should throw kittens. I mean, I'm talking about like the thing I remember from that movie was the dog with the porcupine stuff all over him.
Oh, yeah.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that was also a fake effect, but I feel like putting anything on a dog's face is sad.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, even if they're trained. Oh, so cute the way he goes upside down like that. There's a bird in King's Quest V. Cedric the owl. Do you remember that guy?
Of course.
Look out! A poisonous snake! Oh, I'm not going in there, Graham!
Well, he was right. You go in there and they tie you up.
Oh yeah, no, he was absolutely right. You go in there, they're like, who's this fucking guy? And they just like, they knock your lights out then and there. They
I like the
smack you
look
in
of
the head.
this guy.
Yeah, you don't do anything. You're just like, oh, hello, I'm Grail. Who is this guy?
It's
Get
nice
him!
to meet you. Yeah, it has like the nicest music. It sounds like this. It's like
Yes, it's right. Yeah, it's like some homey tavern. I think they created that environment and then they switched a lot of shit in the game around and they were like, what are we gonna do with this tavern now? How about a scene where you need to elaborately get yourself kidnapped and tied up and then escape? Like, you have to get yourself into that mess just so you can escape from it. All right, I think I'm ready. I think I'm at the part where I'm ready to get bonked on the head and tied up in a basement. Fucking sick. King's Quest 5.
Yup. Unique ways to die.
But Cedric the Owl gets a lot of shit. And I actually think he's a very charming part of the game.
He's a guy in an annoying voice. He's like, oh, I'm not going in there.
Well, he's just some guy at this, at the studio who was doing the voices of some of the characters.
It's definitely not someone like seriously, like professional voice actory.
No, like all of their voices, you can hear the echo of the studio wall. Like you can hear the cubicles in those recordings.
You can hear the typewriters.
Yeah, exactly. Just recording those voices. Like King's Quest 6, the voices are properly recorded, but in King's Quest 5, like, yeah, it just sounds like the fucking Office. Oh, whoa, I'm from the land of Daventry. Like, just in the setting from Office Space.
Yeah, in a tech.
Like, you spend the next 500 years in a I've been sleeping in this bottle for 500 years. Like, just wearing a tie. Oh, so cute. The chickens. The chooks.
Cute.
They're so cute. You're just tossing them. And then they jump up and down after you throw them. So cute. You can lift up chickens in like A Link to the Past too, right?
Yeah.
This is so cute though. They sound a little like Tickle Me Elmo. Oh boy.
I guess there's one more. We're going to tie you off and kill you in the cellar unless you helped that rat. The cat kills the rat and he won't help you later. You can't beat the game now. Please play again.
The rat, you let him die.
The cat made him into pie.
You should have gone into the desert and find a dead guy's boot to throw at the cat. This is the game I wanted to make. King's Quest V set me on a path. This terrible game I love so much. People don't understand why, and I don't think I do either.
Yeah.
Thanks again for all your help.
Who are you? A spy!
Oh my god. Part of me does think, I think of like your films. I think about what Fred records for his audio, and it does make me wish that I could dabble in voice acting, because it seems like you can go for the exact like he has like such an aesthetic when it comes to audio.
Yeah.
He wants it to sound a way, and I totally understand it. And I can imagine coming up with my own way that I really want everything to sound. It would probably sound a little like King's Quest V. Like it would suck a little.
Yeah. You'd have a terrible audio recording setup that has like plenty of reverb. It's like bouncing off of all the like pieces of paper in your office.
Yes, I'll record them at high quality, but I'll pass them all through a filter that makes them sound like King's Quest V.
Yeah.
I feel like that would work out really well.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Just sounds like a lot of work to do voice acting.
You can beat the game now, 'cause you ate that fruit.
You should have saved that elf. Now he will not give you his handmade marionette. Oh, wait, you didn't put the sticky thing on the ground for no reason. You needed to put the sticky thing right here, even though you have no reason to think that you should. And then throw a rock at it. You have to get the fish, or you cannot save the bees. That bear is going to be mad at you. And save the ants. Oh my god. King's Quest V. Then don't even get me started on your trip up the mountain. If you don't eat half of your meat, you will just die. And then the most heartbreaking part about King's Quest V is that when you get up to the mountain, poor Cedric gets very, very badly hurt. He gets captured. And it's very serious.
I have been badly hurt. No rush, but I'm dying. Give me a hand.
So then you're like sailing on your little boat with Cedric's dying body. On a maze. They send you through a maze of water. And you can get eaten by a sea monster and shit.
Damn it. Alright, I need to get that one again.
And then, you know, that part's all like fairly linear as long as you've gotten this far. But then you have to go to Mordak's castle and get through a terrible dungeon that never ends.
That never ends.
And if you don't have something to distract the gorilla guy. And then when you get into Mordak's castle, you have to avoid his servants, but you do need to get captured by them one time on purpose to get something. Otherwise, you can't beat the game. And then
Do you think you're better than me?
Wait. Meredith explains the game. You're not gonna play it.
No.
Just listen to what she's saying. King's Quest 5.
You have to go into Mordek's study and stand there for 3 minutes. No one tells you to do this. You just have to accidentally be in there for 3 minutes, or you have to know someone who told you that.
You have to have a friend or find it by accident.
Oh, man.
There's no chance you'll find that standing on your head.
One day your brother calls you because he figured something out.
He uses a pen and paper. That's how he did it.
How did he use a pen and paper to figure that one out?
Oh, I thought we were talking about just like the maze.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely how he got the maze. But like, how did we figure out Mordek? Well, there's a grand tradition of this bullshit. In the third King's Quest game, you have to wait until a certain time of day to escape from the wizard, and the timer begins at the beginning of the game.
Wait, the timer begins at the beginning of the game and is running out the whole time?
The whole time. You have a certain amount of time to
shit.
to hatch your plan to escape from the wizard. And if you don't do that, that's it for the game.
Man, yeah, I've never beaten that. I played the NES one. I never played, I don't know if I ever played the CD one.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I got what I needed to out of those games. They were very often a waste of time, but in all that time that was wasted, I found meaning. And I think, you know, every kid does that for some mediocre-ass games.
Yeah.
Mediocre games that are nonetheless revolutionary in their time.
Right, like something I notice when I look at a lot of stuff from that era is that there's way too much like talking, there's way too many voice clips because they were kind of like showing off the new technology and doing a lot of it for the first time. I mean, you know, this game is maybe like a little after that craze, so like they kind of found the right balance with the N64 games. There's not too much talking in them.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, I liked games where you would patiently read through text and dialogue, you know?
Yeah.
And I really liked those games when I was younger. I don't have time for them anymore. But I like making them. And you know, I'm thinking back to the times where I really just delighted in what I was reading. And I find most reading in video games to be a huge waste of time. I can't get through visual novels.
Yeah.
I love Slay the Princess. My friends Tony and Abby who make visual novels, I really do like those. But in general, I have not found many that I felt a thing for.
Yeah, I feel like a game needs to have like really exquisitely written dialogue for me to want to read it.
Yeah.
It's kind of an all or nothing where like either the dialogue is like really good and is the whole point, or I'm kind of just mashing through it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a problem when you're mashing through a visual novel, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to have to like, you know, get through it just because you have 100 other visual novels to get through.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just not even having fun with it.
Exactly. Like, I'm not going to waste my time on a novel I'm not enjoying, so why would I waste my time on a visual novel?
Yeah.
There's one visual novel I've heard about. I forget what it's called, but I feel like I could probably conjure the name of it if I had to. But it was like, it's this visual novel that's supposedly like 200 hours long or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's like a masterpiece. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I have heard that.
Uh-huh.
That it's one of the most like legendary visual novels. I don't know what it's called. But I'm curious about that. And if that one doesn't work out, then I just give up.
Well, yeah, like either you're going to put 200 hours into it like it's nothing, or you would never put that much.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like you'd have to really click with it in the first few minutes for you to ever spend that much time playing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, that's like the other day, Mike talked to somebody who said they'd read like 300 Star Wars books.
Oh my gosh.
And I've just been thinking about that guy. Like, because that's just nothing. That's just nothing, right? Like, that's not anything. To read 300 Star Wars books, like you've spent more hours than I can comprehend doing nothing with your waking life.
I mean, what are they about? I feel like it's mostly just like dumb lore stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, did you know that, Yoda had a niece? It's like, shit that doesn't matter. And like, you kind of like, you see those things buzzing around facts, also not really facts, but like,
No.
Star Wars related facts.
Trivia.
In the Wikipedia, where it's just like, what's this shit? It's just like some detail they added in one of the novels.
Right.
I don't count that. Why is it there?
Right, why is it there? It's not real.
Well, yeah, it's like none of it's real, but also like those novels kind of insist that it is real, that like there's a sort of like facts that you can keep track of when it's all just like, it's all like of the moment, like things made by George Lucas. Like it's not something that like he even knows all the details about.
No, he doesn't even know about
These
it.
novels are written by other people.
Yeah.
It's like, like I get it that like some people can like reinterpret Star Wars and make it interesting in their own way, but like I'm not that like crazy desperate for more Star Wars stuff that I'd ever read a book from like a Star Wars book. I feel like that's not the point. The point is for it to be a movie, for it to be like a film.
Yeah, I don't need to know more about the world. I understand that like beyond the bounds of this movie, there's no other information, right? Like maybe the director knows these characters a little better than you, but beyond what they've come up with for the movie, there's nowhere else. It's blank canvas all around.
Yeah.
And I don't care about that because I was looking at the screen. I wasn't looking at the world beyond the screen.
Yeah.
I was looking at the story that can be told in that world.
Yeah, and I feel like the more detail you add to your world, the less possibilities you've created. Where it's like, at one point we had a entire Star Wars galaxy. Now we have a collection of like planets. It's like, I don't know, it seems like the universe got a lot smaller by kind of like constricting it to like whatever has been established. And it's like you can come up with stuff, but like it has to plug in somehow to all that other crap that you're now forced to be aware of.
Yeah, you're not free to imagine it the way you used to be able to.
Yeah.
When there was less information. When you could just imagine whatever you wanted. Like where your imagination could run wild with it.
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of like what George Lucas was able to do with it, because he didn't get the rights to Flash Gordon. So there wasn't even any Flash Gordon canon that he needed to plug his work into. He did it completely open-ended, where it's just like he has this idea of what it looks like, and whatever artists who are working on it, they contribute to this look. And now it's like, oh, that look was so cool, let's desperately try to recreate it. It's like, that's not even what they were doing.
No.
They weren't trying to recreate something. They were trying to reinterpret something like Flash Gordon and bring it back for a new audience.
Right. Yeah.
Now the Star Wars audience is just understood to be like $1 billion a year thing. So like it's, you know, purely about money.
Yeah, but there are people who've been hooked to this for 40 years at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it you know, it's still fun enough that like it can be brought back and still hit with people again. But people don't, you know, they don't get the tone right for most of the times they bring it back. They don't actually give us something to feel like it's back. You know, like
No.
maybe it just wasn't enough time that passed between the last one.
Right. And people get mad. People have expectations about it.
Yeah, like you want Star Wars to satisfy you in a very specific way, but like why would you want a movie to not surprise you? Like I don't want it to be made to my specifications either.
No.
Even though what they do is pretty disappointing. It's not what I wanted or expected. But like I want to make what I want and expect.
Right.
They're not going to be able to think of what I'm thinking.
No. You want them to think of something else. That's the pleasure of looking at other people's art.
Yeah, that's what I want, is stuff that other people come up with that I never could have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise, what was the point of them giving it to me and not me just making it?
Yeah. Now, by the time I make something, I never want to play it again.
I feel like that attitude needs to be, you know, like the serious Star Wars fans need to be told that it belongs to them now, because George Lucas has already made his money off of it. Disney has already made their money off of it. They can make their own permutation of the space drama with their own characters, their own ideas, their own planets. And you know, it can suck. It could be a fanfic or a book. Like it can have no graphics. You know, they turned Star Wars into a book, so you could just make your own book, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, just make your own book.
I feel like that's where everything usually starts. Maybe not Star Wars, but like Dune. That, like, you know, sci-fi start as books.
Well, yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of hard science and like, you know, like hard sci-fi and like facts and like stuff that like you can't like easily put into a movie for like brainlets.
Right. Well, yeah, because like, well, I don't know. The Dune movies look pretty brainlet to me. I like the book. I saw one of the movies, but I don't care to see the second one. I thought it was just like, it's like
looks AI.
Yeah,
like.
It looks AI. Just fucking looks fake, and the book is weird. You know?
Yeah.
The book is weird. Like the book is about this man, this little young man, like with his girlfriend, his mom, in the desert, peeing their pants and drinking their pee.
Uh-oh. Do I have to wait until morning?
And the movie doesn't feel like that at all. The movie is like, I'm Denis Villeneuve, and like, take a look at this visual. What do you think of that visual I just showed you? That's right, it was a giant woman. That's right.
Giant woman, visual. He's just like typing in the words AI looking ass into his AI prompt.
Like he was doing AI before AI. People
just because it's like data-driven, generic shit.
It looks like so clean, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, very clean.
Doesn't actually take any risks. Sorry to say. It's not a swing for the fences. It never is. It's high end, taking no risks.
Yeah, I didn't see it. It looked crudwitch to me. I like David Lynch's Dune.
I've never seen it, but I imagine it's pretty weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Weird. I gotta watch David Lynch's Dune.
Yeah, you don't need to remake Dune. They already made it.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're making $1 billion on this movie, right?
Look, we made $1 billion. Look, we read a book.
Yeah, I know. Just bragging that they read a book. I'm almost done with The Hobbit with my son now. And, I think we're going to watch with him. Apparently, somebody cut the movie together into like a 2-hour movie.
The whole trilogy?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, apparently it's pretty good. It's pretty watchable.
Nice.
So maybe we'll watch that.
Interesting. Yeah, like, I think I've seen like some clips of it that, you know, look like they're worthy, that like maybe there's like a good movie in there.
Yeah.
But like, you know, a trilogy out of a single book as opposed to like a Lord of the Rings trilogy of 3 books, like that feels like so forced, so fake. Like they should have just like done it in one.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, like, I've been reading this book and I've just been thinking about all the ways that the movie would annoy me with how to turn this into a whole thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let's just like shit this out for 3 decades or 3 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They release one every year, I guess.
Yeah, they released them like a couple, I don't know how. Yeah, I guess it was one every year. But like, it's like, so like the first movie, all they do is get to the Smaug's mountain, right? They don't even see, you don't even see the dragon. Maybe you see smoke coming out of the mountain.
Next time on Apple Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. The Desolation of Smaug in part 2 of The Hobbit. Like, so the second movie.
Subscribe to The Hobbit. Get the Game Pass now.
Yeah. And then you'll get a 3-hour-long movie just about the dragon.
Yeah.
And
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours. And then you'll get a 3-hour third movie just about the warring over treasure afterwards. Like, that's the skinniest part of the book.
That's 3 acts.
Yeah.
That's not 3 movies. That's 3 acts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the book is mostly about the adventure. The book is mostly about getting to the mountain.
Yeah.
The dragon and the battle wrap up pretty quick compared to going through the woods from place to place.
Well, that'd be fine. You could just have a shorter third act, since we've already had 3 whole fucking Lord of the Rings movies by this point.
Oh, yeah. No, they needed 3 more fucking movies. I can't believe Peter Jackson worked on that before he worked on Get Back. He could have been making Get Back this whole time.
Well, yeah, maybe he felt bad about it, how that movie turned out.
Mm-hmm.
I would if I were him.
Yeah. Then he made something truly great again.
Yeah, you know, maybe should feel humbled for somebody else's life and career.
Oh, God, yeah. No. Just because he made those 3 stupid Hobbit movies I've never seen, by the way. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, he left during the production of them.
Okay.
So it did not please him.
Didn't bode well. He also made The Lovely Bones, which I never saw, but I kind of think that book is bullshit. So I haven't ever watched the movie.
It's about somebody being turned into bones.
Yes, it is. It's about like a 14-year-old girl like getting raped and murdered and turning into bones. And it was written by she's like looking down on heaven. She's looking down on heaven, watching her friends grow up and watching her parents move on without her, and watching the man who killed her. And I don't know, it's pretty compelling Hollywood stuff. It's the kind of shit you'd see in a movie. And it takes place, I forget, it's a period piece. It takes place in a more innocent time, you know? So it's perfect Hollywood shit. But then, like, the author was sort of a, she was sort of what's the word? I should be talking about this. I'm too high. Alice Sebold. She was like a spokesperson for like rape victims for years.
Uh-huh.
And at some point she wrongly accused a man of raping her and sent him to prison. And she racially profiled him. Like,
so her entire career was bullshit.
I mean, yeah.
Just like Kanye's entire career was bullshit.
Yeah.
He's like, George Bush doesn't care about black people. It's like, like anytime he needs something, it's racist,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit, what a comparison. What a banger of a fucking comparison that is. Holy shit. Yeah. Cry bullies. Oh, hello, Impa. He's like, oh, hello. He's just like looking up at her with that doughy little expression.
Oh, hey.
He's looking at this woman.
Yeah. Impa was like an old hag, but look at her now. She's so hot.
Right. She was just like an old woman in a cave before.
She's still old.
Give
but
me
hot.
money and I'll talk. Right? That's Impa. Pay me and I'll talk. That's not enough.
Is that Impa? Maybe that was Impa.
Boy, you sure are rich.
She got her shit together. She went to the gym.
Yeah. She's looking good. She did a little CrossFit. We're probably gonna wrap it up in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Anything you want to get in?
Get in. Well, what did I write down on my fuckputer? Gangster Bugs and Daffy was a prophecy that came true. Okay, so we were talking about how Kendrick is Daffy Duck.
Yes.
Well, who's Bugs?
Who's Bugs?
It's Eminem, right?
Oh god. Another little guy with a
Another little
chip.
guy. I feel like this is just my opinion, but I feel like those two are on another level from all the other living rappers.
I mean, I can see why. I suddenly see why you like both of them. That's for sure. It totally makes sense. They're both a little
guy.
Little guy with a chip.
With a high voice.
Yeah, little guy. Madder than them all. Like,
yeah.
Madder in a way that you'll never get. Amazing.
Yeah, now, I used to make fun of all that shit, Daffy as a rapper, but now I want that. I want him wearing Kendrick's outfit.
Yeah, a t-shirt of Daffy wearing Kendrick's
That'd be hilarious.
Super Bowl outfit.
Saying he slammed his penis in the car door.
Right. He's got his tail sticking out of his little fly, his open jean fly. And he's got his little sneaks, his little hat. Daffy.
Yeah.
And then Bugs wearing like a wife beater. Right? Wait, what does Eminem wear these days? How's he dressed now?
He wears like a black hoodie and a black cap.
Yeah. Pretty typical costume of a rich guy his age.
Yeah, looks a little bit like Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I never would have compared them. It never even occurred to me to compare them.
To Bugs and Daffy.
Well, no, to each other.
Oh, I do think that they're like on a different level from everybody. I feel like they're the best at what they do. Maybe not ever, but definitely alive.
Has Eminem ever come for someone he thinks sucks? I guess he came for the Backstreet Boys and Christina Aguilera and shit.
Yeah, he's name drops people in his music. He's Nobody really fucks with him. He had a beef a few years ago, but like I don't know too much about it.
Oh, who do you know who it was?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, yeah, I was not paying attention to that.
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
But like, you know, nobody wants to fuck with either of them. It's like you don't fuck with Bugs Bunny either.
Oh my god. I mean, you're right. Like Eminem would write like 5,000 words per second about you.
About the Gas House Gorillas. About how he could defeat them all with one hand
tied up behind his back.
Yeah, yeah.
Wham, a homer. Wham, another homer. That's what the man said. That's right. He said that. That's what the man said.
Holy shit. That is a staple of Eminem's work, is like an annoying woman saying something.
Yes. But then him just like rapping crazy fast.
Yeah.
Being a busybody.
Yeah, just wham, a homer. Wham, another homer.
Oh, man. Yeah. Ah, come on, boy. Put it here. Put it in the old ballpark. Come on, boy. That's the old pepper.
Well, I was also thinking about how like Kendrick is a combination of like a few different moods that we've seen from other hip hop artists. Like he's kind of like a little bit of each. He's a lil guy, so he's lil. Mm-hmm. He's chill, and he's tough.
Wait,
he's
Eminem is chill?
No, Kendrick.
Oh, yeah.
Kendrick is chill sometimes.
That's true. Eminem has anxiety.
He's not chill.
No,
he's funny though. He has a sense of humor, and he'll act like a clown. He'll make himself look stupid for a joke.
Right. But he'll also take himself very seriously when he's mad.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're both the greatest. They both have a problem with everybody. Fuck everybody. That's on my body.
Yeah, just mad. Well, I mean, I think that's why past their initial fame, they continued, because like really, like neither of them needed to make more than one album.
Yeah. They'd already won.
Yeah. And it's kind of amazing that to have such success and have such smoke blown for years right out of the gate, and then to be like, to decide that, making art is still the most important thing to you.
Yeah.
So your highest priority, because you're mad. You're mad that like you can't just go away. You're looking around and everything sucks.
Yeah, it's true. You don't just go away. It's like you're still a person, even with money, even with all the security you needed to that you spent so much time making money for. Like he couldn't help himself. He couldn't not say something.
Yeah.
He had to come and slaughter him.
Yeah, he had to come slaughter the beast, because like you get to a certain point where you're like, what invigorates me right now? Well, like, it would invigorate me right now to just say how I feel about these fucking losers.
Yeah. It's like me or the entire industry. Mm-hmm. It's like me. It's like, it's just me.
Just fighting you. Oh yeah, well that's what he said at the concert I saw him at. He said he said, he talked about how he was from Compton, and then I'm speaking for them, little old me, that was how he ended his show.
Yeah.
Little old me.
Yeah, little old him. It's like he's just like a little black hole. There's like everybody gravitates around him.
Well, yeah, if you're good, then people will gravitate. Simple facts. Of course, they gravitate for other reasons that are hard to comprehend for somebody who's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people swoop in and try to court you and take advantage of you. I don't know if that's what you meant.
Oh, well, I just, I don't know. I don't remember what I meant.
Just like not understanding being good, I think. Is what
Well,
you're
yeah,
saying.
there's like, you know, I learned years ago, like I'm different. Like I used to be baffled by people who are like, you know, sort of adjacent to me, and they were not good. They were clearly not good, but they were getting like a pretty critical mass of attention and like crossover appeal with what I did.
Yeah.
And I would be like, it's kind of like bugs me. Like I don't think I'm not trusting in the audience to recognize quality, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I realized like those people are like not, they are like they live in a completely different reality than me.
Yeah.
And we happen to intersect at this point in our lives, but like that's not going to always be the case.
Yeah, you know, yeah, people can and will like whatever they want. And it's like, you know, not for us to fully understand
Yeah.
when they like something that's just like terrible.
Yeah, we don't see what they see in it. We don't see what they see in it. But it doesn't mean that what you do is also terrible. You can't take it personal like that.
Yeah, like, you know, if you draw like your original character and somebody draws Snoopy and gets more attention, that pisses me off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when somebody's just like being lazy and and they're being rewarded for it, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I remember like talking to friends who like got ripped off by some lazy hack, and what I always tell them is like, well, it is true that you farted that idea out one day after you woke up and that person ripped it off from you, but like they're going to spend like the next, so, you know, however amount of time clinging to that idea as if it's theirs, while you're just farting the ideas all day, every day.
You're right. That is true. That is how it works, where like people will try to steal your one idea without, you know, realizing you're a whole golden goose of ideas.
Yeah.
And they never see the value in all of them.
No, they don't understand that it's the person, not the idea.
Yeah, well, ideas are stupid. Ideas are like, you know, oh, I have an idea. Ew, that's just a gimmick. I don't care.
Well, yeah, an idea is nothing until you like actually execute it.
Yeah, idea plus execution, having that marriage, that's where it's, you know, that's what it's all about.
My idea.
My idea.
Yeah, and you can put an idea on a t-shirt and make some money from it that way.
What if, what if? Like, it's always just what if, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, what if?
What if?
My idea. I'm smart.
Smart Bart.
Just, yeah, the stupidest person ever, clinging to an idea they stole as if it's theirs.
It's like Squidward with the paper that he traded everything in his life for. Is because he's such a, like, he's so creatively bankrupt that he thought that, like, SpongeBob, who had talent, was using this paper or like the cardboard box or anything like that, thinks that it's like something is special about it. How does it work? And then like he gets it, and you know, it only worked for the fucking sponge because he was the one with the imagination.
Right, he was having all this fun with paper.
Yeah, he was having fun with the paper.
So
It's like, how is he doing that? Because he sees the potential. You're just copying everything he does, and then he tries that, and like he just realizes he's a loser with a piece of paper. He was like naked and sold his home and got rid of everything he owned, just so he could pretend like Syndrome, just so he could pretend to be special for a moment.
holy shit, that's fucking pathetic.
Yeah, he sucks,
Oh,
and he
man.
gets what he deserves. He loses everything, even the paper.
The paper blows away.
No, like Patrick comes over and he's like, "Oh, hey, just what I needed." And he puts his gum in it and throws it in the garbage.
Well, that's a better use for it than
Yeah.
Squidward having it.
Yeah, Squidward doesn't know what to do with it.
Holy shit, that's so funny. Squidward's paper. Oh, that's a
I love how
classic SpongeBob.
yeah, they are really good. They're classics. Like it's amazing how like those come back and like you see how they're like relevant to you again. Like the one where SpongeBob keeps ripping his pants. He's like, this is still funny.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
everyone hates it and is mad at him because he keeps doing
Right,
that.
they laughed for so long.
Yeah.
And then they stopped laughing at it and he didn't understand. And he did like all these jokes with like a
Like,
box
how can I
with ripped
improve
pants
the
in it.
ripped pants joke? I really need to workshop this. Like, he doesn't realize he just needs to drop it and maybe wait a few years and then do it again.
Well, then he does the sad song about ripping his pants.
Oh yeah, he learns his lesson and then he figures it out. He makes a sad song about it.
Yes, and people like that.
They love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all had to happen this way for him to do that.
Is that your horse?
It's my horse. It's
Oh,
a
let's
pony.
see. Oh, it's.
Oh wait, a pony is not just a young horse, is
It can be. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
A pony. Yeah, a pony could be like a small horse too. But
It's cute.
pony.
You can't ride it yet.
Oh. They're just caring for it.
Yeah.
It's time for you to take it. Epona.
Well, when I grow up, it's like
That's your
that horse is going to Ganondorf.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, no, that's my horse.
Yeah.
Look, I have this memory with this horse.
Running-
The horse remembers me.
Running with the horse. Yes. I love this. And the woman's singing. It's like this primal paradise. You and the horse and the horse girl on the farm.
Yeah.
Little girl singing to you.
Yeah, and the horse being like your companion for life that like grows up with you.
Yeah. Oh. Is this the first Zelda game with a horse?
Oh, yeah, I guess so, cuz it's kind of necessary in a game like this with a big world. And
yeah.
it's not super, doesn't work super well on the Super Nintendo. There was a bicycle in Earthbound, but you lose it midway through the game because like your friends are following you and you can't ride a bicycle with your friends. So yeah, like I'm not sure like Super Nintendo games having like a top-down games having like a fast moving thing. Like a horse.
No, yeah.
There was something else in A Link to the Past. They have like a shoe that makes you go fast.
Okay.
It's super unwieldy, but like,
Oh.
you know, it's a little bit like a horse.
How can it compare though, like emotionally, to that
Right.
horse?
Yeah, well, they must have thought of it. They must have not thought of it until making this game because
Yeah.
of how big the world is.
Yeah. But like, what a treat to ride your horse in this game.
Yeah, it's you know, you get horses in the later games too, and you know, some of them are not Epona, but Epona is like the classic one.
Yeah. The true horse.
Yeah, you can ride other horses and then you meet Epona. It's like, oh hey, it's you. But yeah, you know, this world is like the first time they had like big explorable field. What is this? It's like a wall for the weather. Yeah, I like how in Breath of the Wild there's like ruins everywhere, because then you get to like look at it and think about what it was. Like you kind of didn't really care about Hyrule while it was fine.
Yeah.
But after it was destroyed, it's like, hey, what do you think this used to be? Let's see, what else can we talk about?
Do you want to talk at all about So like Marvel, Warner Brothers just shut down a studio called Monolith this week.
Yeah.
And it reignited the discourse about the future of games. That the things look bleak in the world of games. AAA games are doing bad, and indies are not going to save us because nobody even wants to give money to indies right now.
Yeah.
There's no funding. Nobody's getting any money to make games at all anymore. Money is diminishing. And a game's ability to even be seen is diminishing. Money aside. Not possible for games to survive, to find their audience, whatever. And perhaps it's because I'm in the final year of development, but I feel optimistic that that I'm working on something that people are going to be forced to pay attention to. And that, regardless of whether it's a big hit or not, it's going to find a lot of people. Because I think it's going to get people talking about it enough that it's basically going to change the game, is what I'm saying. This is going to be a game changer project. Suddenly, like this time next year, people will be talking about my game as if it was some exception to everything they were speculating about. They've been speculating about. They're going to be like, well, yeah, but what about PT2? That's an example of something that succeeded in that way, right? We all agree now after 6 months' time that this game defied all expectations. It hit the culture like a crater. Your argument is nothing because of this game. You shouldn't have advocated for bad games. You should have advocated for good games.
My games.
My games. Because it was true and right and good. And when it came out, everybody knew that to be the case.
Smart and cute and right.
And right! And again, maybe I'm just feeling this way because I've been working on the game for 3 goddamn years. It has to be good. It has to succeed. It has to succeed. But I think it might. I think it might make a splash. And, you know, maybe everybody needs to believe that to push themselves to the finish line. It's like, you need to believe in magic a little bit to commit to a project and see it through.
Yeah, you have to be full of hope and optimism.
Yeah. It's nice to put it there. Regardless of the outcome, it will have felt good to put it there for a while. I will not let myself be disappointed by the result. I will be very proud of what I achieved by, like, taking this swing. 'Cause what is more thrilling than that? Like, just being like, here I go! And just, like, seeing who catches it.
Like a bouquet?
Yeah. Yeah, catching your flowers. You're the next one to be inspired by these thoughts. Like, not everyone's gonna catch a flower, but the ones who do, They're gonna get married soon.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you could pass good luck on to people. You inspire them.
If you inspire them, yeah, you're passing good luck. No, I'm going to feel like this was time well spent. I worked on the game instead of spending those hours with my son. I'm going to be quite happy with how I spent that time.
Well, you actually did spend time with your son making that game.
That's true.
So you didn't actually have to choose, really.
It's true. And I mean, spending time with my son is a necessary ingredient. Which means at any given time, I am both parenting and writing. But that makes parenting very enjoyable. And it makes writing very enjoyable. I recommend Parenthood to people who write.
Yeah.
It gives you, it's like, you know, it's like a brand new perspective. It's like you already picked the berry bush and now you kneel down to just a foot off the ground and look up and there's more berries. Same bush. Check it out. I think writing is a bit like picking berries. That's why it's woman's work. You just sit there like, and just, oh yeah, these are good. Oh, these are good berries. Let me pick a few more of these. Wow. I'm going to share these berries with the whole village.
Oh, one more.
You can't just have one, can you? Does everyone in the village like my berries today? All right, well, sit tight. I'm going to go back in the woods and get some more. Sorry, I was gone.
I just have too many berries. Who's going to eat them?
Hello, please help me.
I used to live next to a mulberry tree. There were mulberry trees everywhere in that old neighborhood. And there were too many berries to ever eat. It was just like millions of berries on the ground, smushed to nothing by people walking.
Yeah, but you could eat them.
Yeah, they were so good. They were less sweet than like a raspberry, but they were still like pretty good berries.
Yeah. Once you get them going, you get a lot more food than you can eat. We get a lot of raspberries, and in the summertime, just from a little patch. And the kids in the neighborhood come by and pick at them all summer, and they just keep growing and growing. And then when I lived in Portland, you would see that shit all the time, like overgrowing out of people's yards.
Cool.
Like there was a raspberry bush growing over, or a blackberry bush.
Oh yeah, those are ridiculous.
Oh my God, we would get buckets and buckets of them all summer long, and it was just growing over the fence, so it was ours to take. Don't
you hate these fucking guys? I surrender. In return, I will cut you a fair deal.
Oh my God.
Like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Jesus.
But yeah, like picking berries is wonderful.
Yeah.
I love berries.
Yeah, bountiful sweet fruit. And that's all you're doing as a writer is you're just looking around the world and being like, "Oh, I like that."
But you're not like farming them, or are you farming them too?
Well, yeah, I have to sit down at my desk and write.
Yeah.
I can't just be picking berries all out in the open all day. I have to have discipline too. So I work I work the field a little bit. I raid my reserves during those hours. You know, I really like. I got to shoot the muse out of the sky, as they say.
No! Accidentally paid him.
No. And yeah, you got to make it happen.
Yeah.
But there is nothing sweeter than the berry you pick while on a walk or having a conversation or just experiencing some quiet moment in your life. That's where the berry is going to present itself. Or the berry will present itself in your memories, which you'll only get by like just free associating in your life, you know, having moments where your mind is
just
wandering.
like little knots of experiences forming into flowers that produce fruit.
Yes, exactly. And when you sit down at your desk, you're kind of just like, a lot of the time what I'm doing is using all the notes that I've been making away from my desk and just being like, okay, time to sit down with this and like, yes, be inspired by it, but basically like, you know, write inspired things at my desk. But I'm working from a prompt. I'm working from my own prompt that I came up with away from the desk. Like, all right, it's time to write. It's time to write this idea that I had. Anyway, it's just about 11 now, so we should give our final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Which of these assholes are you going to enter?
This one.
Oh, this one?
Oh, or this one.
Oh, cute.
Thingus Hero, the Goatsy guy.
Oh, yeah?
His famous asshole.
Yeah, I mean, always like, you know, old world internet charm.
Yeah. You know, sneak Goatsy into things. It's funny.
Show people Goatsy when they're annoying you. Goatsy.
Yeah.
Just tearing open his asshole.
Yeah, it's a tradition.
I don't see a lot of Goatsy anymore.
I feel like there's people who try to sneak it in and you don't notice it, but sometimes people notice and make compilations or whatever.
I haven't been Goatsied in many years.
Yeah, I feel like it's not like as big as it used to be.
Yeah.
That asshole's not as big as he used to be.
No, it's not. No. He's one of the rare humans whose asshole has tightened over the years.
He's spread himself too thin. I feel like that's a Thingus, like being able to like come up with jokes like that. It's like when I was a kid, I noticed adults having that wit and I didn't know how to do that.
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Now I can do it kind of easily. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like power attained.
I mean, a lot of people I know do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know make a joke like that to end a conversation.
I mean, I also used to think puns were bad, but like they're pretty good.
No, they're good in conversation.
Yeah.
And you can use them. You can use them in writing in a Shakespearean sort of sense.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not too like, if you're not too much of an idiot about it, you can get away with some stuff like that. I think wordplay is fine as long as you know.
Are you tapping on the microphone?
Am I?
A little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think wordplay in the right hands is fun. It really depends. Like, you can't, like, nothing's banned. Nothing's banned. What kind of pathetic shit is that? Saying something's forbidden. Why don't you learn to be a writer? Do whatever you want. Oh, you're following the conventions. You're following the rules. Yeah, that makes you a writer. That really makes you a writer. You know who else can do that? AI. AI can do that perfectly now.
I mean, it's not very good at writing. It's not very funny. It can't write humor.
That's true.
It doesn't understand things that are funny. It doesn't have experiences in its life. It has knowledge and data, but it doesn't connect them in a way that we do, like through our experiences and our needs.
Well, I haven't read a very funny book in a while.
Should I write a funny book?
You want to get in? You want to get into prose? Have you ever done prose?
Prose, like novel?
Yeah, like long form words.
No, I haven't seriously attempted at writing something like that. Like, what would it? I guess, yeah, if I wrote a book, I would just fill it up with words. Would you read it?
Yeah, if you wrote it, of course I would read it. It's fun. It's fun, although, you know, you've gotta feel your voice out.
Yeah.
And, you know, my solution for that was to, decide that my voice was the character I was writing. And so far I've written exclusively in that character's voice.
Yeah.
But I've written like 2 novels worth now of prose.
Yeah.
I did not expect to write so much in my life. And now I feel like I could write a novel no problem.
Ah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, although people will tell you don't write a novel. It's the wrong time to write a novel. You've missed the moment. Novels are done.
I mean, everything's done. Like, video games are done.
Yeah.
You have to pick apart the corpse.
Yeah, you really do. Because it being done or not has no bearing on what you're working on.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be like Nintendo, and when you make something, it's instantly obsolete.
Yeah.
It's outmoded. It's old. It's not the hottest thing, and it's not going to be. And like when they announced the Nintendo Switch 2, very predictably they said it's not going to be as powerful as like the PS5 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And
they're making stuff out of garbage, like
Yeah.
they always have been. They've been making old unwanted calculators into Game and Watches.
Yes, absolutely. They've been making great games out of old technology, and like all I can handle on my own is old technology. I can't program a game like the latest and greatest. I can't make a AAA game.
Well, what would the next evolution of a game be?
Like a video game?
Yeah, like what kind of game hasn't been attempted yet?
A game with a very compelling story.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, there have been games attempted like that, and there have been a few good ones.
Yeah.
But I can count them on like not many hands.
I see what you mean. There's a lot to still explore in video game storytelling. There's a lot of like, you know, cinema stuff that you can put in, like from film into games that has not been attempted. There's games that like I wonder about like playing a game where like you sort of like are playing a game with like 1,000 other players and you live in a big world together and you assume some sort of role in this world with everybody. I don't know though if you could get like 100 people or 1,000 people to play along and sort of role play a little bit in this game.
I don't know. Maybe you can. Depends on, you know, what kind of a game you're trying to make.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. I shorted out for a second there. I thought you was there when you wasn't there.
What?
Like, usually it's the other way around. I did a reverse. I was there. I thought for a second that you rode on that Star Wars ride at Disney World with me.
Yeah, I was late. No, wait. No, I just got high.
Did we talk about a Dog of Wisdom game? No, we didn't. No.
But you know, I have the aesthetic now for Dog of Wisdom game.
Oh.
It's the aesthetic is made in Sunday school. Made in Hebrew school.
Made in Hebrew school, just like Nightmare Cart.
Yeah. I feel like that could be the theme for my game. Man, that wouldn't that. What if I only hired Jews? Is that wrong?
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
Well, I just need people with the same shared understanding of the aesthetic. It's like if you remember a computer lab in Hebrew school.
Well, how many people do you need to work on the game with you?
I don't know. Maybe just me, but it could be up to 3 people, I guess.
So like, if it's like 3 people or less, then you don't need to specify that it's all Jewish people. That's you and
All
2 Jewish people
Jewish.
you know. You don't have to report that that's just like if a family makes something, you don't say they're all that religion.
Well, I did notice that the halftime show, in the Kendrick's halftime show, everybody was black. Mm-hmm. All of them.
Yeah.
That was, I think, on purpose. It's
Yeah.
like everybody's from Compton, everybody's black.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know,
No.
That wasn't wrong for him.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. If you want to get something hyper culturally specific, then yeah, you don't get somebody who doesn't know anything about that. No, for sure. But yeah, you're talking about 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about making a racist game studio.
Although
and
it
act
is,
like a huge bitch every time somebody calls me out on it.
I mean, like, that's a viable step forward, right?
Yeah.
Making a racist video game studio. A lot of people are going for that one.
Well, I feel like the games I would make in Hebrew school would be called anti-Semitic. I'd have a little Mario guy, but he's Jewish, and, like, he's got a big nose.
You would stereotype. You would self-stereotype.
Yes, in a very, like, Mario-esque way.
I would, I feel like I don't know what threshold I would cross necessarily. I feel like I would go about as far as Ralph Bakshi ever dared to go.
Yeah. That was, cool, the way he would, like, draw caricatures. It was unnerving. He was trying to make us uncomfortable with that.
Well, yeah, like real exaggerated features, like a true to life, but in like a highly stylized way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tapping on the microphone again, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm stupid, and it's late.
Well, yeah, you need a game where you tap on something, so you can just play that instead of doing that. A game where you tap on a microphone for your phone, and you just tap while doing the show.
While doing the show, I just love to tap.
And it makes a noise, but it doesn't play a noise.
Yeah. No, I'm just stimming on this thing.
Well, I mean, I'm playing a game.
Yeah, I
have things to tap
I
on.
have nothing to do with my hands. Well, what I should be doing with my hands is pressing the stop streaming button. Let's go to bed.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging out, everyone. See you next time.